What's up, Deep D gang? Y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know what's going on. It's your girl Duchess. I'm tuning in with y'all. I had a little late night thought, and I just figured it'll be a good time to really talk about spiritual narcissist. Spiritual narcissist. Let's get into it, y'all. See, um, I deal with a lot of stuff like this, y'all. So I always have to tune in and talk about these topics because I think it's important that besides my funny, outgoing, high spirited nature on my TikToks, like y'all really should know the kind of work that goes into being aware, being one of those people that can be aware of stuff before it happens. But I want to talk about spiritual narcissists because I found myself dealing with a few of those in my lifetime. And with that being said, we're going to get into basically like some of the stuff that spiritual narcissistic people do, like spiritually narcissistic people do, and some of the stuff that it does to your energy. So a spiritual narcissist is a person that seems on the outside like, to people who don't know this person is going to seem like a nice ass person. Like they're going to seem like a goody two shoes. A goody two shoes usually like is spiritually narcissistic. And the reason that I say like goody two shoes, I'm not talking about a person that you see them actively doing good things all the time and like you just wondering if they got a bad side. Everybody got a bad side. Everybody has stuff that they might not be proud of, but anybody can change. So long story short, a person that is really like, they seem like their whole life is together. They seem like they really a nice person. You feel me? But people got dark stories about them. And I'm not talking about, oh, it's a little group of 5 people over there. They got something to say about them. I'm talking about everybody. Everybody that know them, for real know them, has something to say about them. Like that person probably spiritually narcissistic. Now you do got some places where the whole community will hate on the person, but to just hate on a person, that's kind of absurd. Like that's really really wild, and they really show the characteristics of other people when people just sit around and be haters. But these type of people usually, when you meet them, if they find you available to be their next target, because they don't look at people as like, oh, I like him, I like her, and I actually want to be with him or her. They might even talk about being with you in a nice commitment, but they'll never do it. And the one thing about a person that's actually a good person, if somebody talk about doing it, they're gonna do stuff around that topic. They're gonna do stuff around that subject. So if I say I want to do something for your birthday, I might throw out some ideas just to see where you kind of like hint at what you like. But guaranteed I'm gonna do something for your birthday because I said it. Now me being narcissistic, I could be like, oh, I want to do such and such for your birthday, or I am going to do such and such for your birthday. And then your birthday comes around and I'm just looking at you the whole day like, you enjoying your birthday? But I ain't did nothing that I said that I was going to do for your birthday. Or I ain't even tried. Like that is like gaslighting. That is top form of like narcissism. Like somebody waiting for you to ask, do you want ice cream, after they just brought you to the ice cream shop. They told you, hey, look, I'm finna go to the ice cream shop. You want to go with? You like, yeah. But then y'all get there and they looking at you like, so what you gonna get? And you like, ice cream, I guess. Like, stuff like that. Things are like that, either. But let's get back into it. Some other things spiritual narcissists will do. They will try to convince you that what you think and what you saying is just like utterly wrong. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like they do stuff like, you bring something up to them that y'all have already talked about, and they might ask you, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And a lot of times this is just because a spiritual narcissist, they need your energy. You feel me? So I'm gonna bring you up just so I can tear you down. And they know when they tearing you down because the mood changed, the way that you treat them changed, the vibe changed. So they know that they got you messed up. You feel me? But the whole point of being a spiritual narcissist is you have energy that somebody cannot obtain themselves. Like when people do drugs, people do certain drugs because it releases a chemical in their brain called dopamine, which is associated with happy emotions, right? So what a spiritual narcissist does, and the reason I keep saying spiritual narcissist, because a narcissist is very hard to spot, but when you haven't been through it or you don't know nothing about, people being like that, a person that's manipulating the energy to work in their favor, regardless of who it hurts. Yeah, okay, I like this girl, you feel me? But I'm already with a girl, but I'm going to tell her anything to get with her. Even though I know if she knew about this girl over here, I would not have a chance with her. So I'm going to show my best side until I get her. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to show my best colors until I get her. That is narcissistic. You feel me? You cannot see a person being like that just off of looking at them. You feel me? It take time. It take you to be around a person. But yeah, with all of that being said, spiritually, it's a little bit different because a person who acts unaware of their narcissism becomes like secretive with it. So they good at covering stuff up. They might leave randomly in the middle of y'all doing stuff. Like y'all could be out somewhere. Oh, I gotta answer this phone call. You feel me? Like any little thing that they can do to build you up, they're gonna build you up to the level of the energy that they need, and then they want to take it. So I'm gonna build you up. I'm like, oh, you look good today. You feel me? You look nice. But I know for a fact you do not like it when I tell other women that they look nice. You feel me? Why would I even tell another woman that she look nice while I'm in your presence? But a dude will go, yeah, I like your hair, I like your nails. Look, compliment a woman directly in your face just to rip you back down. So you could be like, oh, what is it? Am I not good enough? I'm better than. Remember that if somebody is ever trying to bring you down in any kind of way, is because they're already low. They're already low. So that's one thing that you got to remember. Now, when you dealing with a spiritual narcissist, y'all, here's the other thing. Don't tell them that you know shit. Like, and if you do, this is me, y'all. See, I'm so vicious with it. I'm already aware of what it is inside of you. I'm already aware of what demon it is. I'm pretty much aware of what you're doing, but I'm so Aries for the plot of things. I be sticking stuff out. But I say, if you run into this or you run into somebody with like spiritual narcissism, it's going to make you feel nauseous. It's going to make you feel kind of sick. You feel me? Don't try to stick around and figure it all the fuck out. Plan your escape. Plan your getaway, because this is your opportunity to get it together and get away. Because a person who's so far gone, a lot of people just don't want to change. They don't want to take the necessary steps. I don't want to work out. I don't want to stop sleeping around. I don't want to stop lying. I don't want to stop manipulating. You got to get away from those people. Like, they're not going to change. They're going to tell you anything, but they're not going to change. They'll never show you receipts. They'll never tell you the truth. You're just going to be met with a bunch of lies. The best thing that you can do is you're aware, identify it, call a person out, let them know, hey, I know this about you and it needs to change. Prompt, immediately. If it does not change, I change. It's not going to change, PSA. So once you already done called it out, make sure that you got your exit all the way up out of this situation. Do not depend on a person like this. Do not rely on a person like this. It will cost you your life. It will cost you your health, and it will cost you your sanity. So if y'all like videos like this, and y'all want some more advice on how to dodge and get up out of stuff like this, because you really can't get out of it once you're in it, honestly. But if you really want to find out like how to dodge this stuff, not become part of it, make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, keep your vibes high and turn up for me.